All right. Hey, being all my years of Inpatient are way down the road in the Wayback Machine, it's cool. I can just take it for whatever it is. Now, if you're looking for a regular reaction to Ren and Chris Webby's Inpatient down the road, I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell what the title is. I'll have to find out in the bars. But if you're looking for traditional, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, you go buy it now. I will say, first and foremost, picking up physical media is great. I have nothing to endorse, nothing to pitch, but actually owning an album is pretty cool. That being said, I cannot offer the same old, I don't think. I have no clue what's going to happen. There's a chance we get to listen to it and go back. There's a chance it's so much my head just goes boom. And all I know how to do is push the pause button. Listener beware. Highly recommend going and checking out the song first. If this was somehow the first place you heard the song, I wouldn't recommend this is the first place to do that. But I'm glad you stopped by anyways. Let's check this out.
I took my possession down the road. All that I own down the road. Set out at nighttime down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in.
Might be a long one because I think these vocals are fire. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the bars. But there's a heavy feel to the vocal stylings. Just in my personal opinion, all opinions for entertainment purposes only, but ooh.
Possession down the road. All that I own down the road. Set out at nighttime down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in the shadows down the road. With blood on his veins down the road. There was something so familiar about him. A certain kind of aura pouring all around him. Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt like I was drowning. Down the road. Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bowl flickered silently, quietly tiptoed down the long road. And the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word inconcerned. And the feeling disconcerting, it's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over. And then to start conversing, I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that
Webby assuming those of the contract taker at the crossroads, eh? Oh, that's heavy. Now, I don't know if that's the same crossroads of traditional lore. I hear Robert Johnson signed his contract there. I don't know if that's the deal or not. Feels like it with the shadowy figure and the designed meeting place. Pretty cool. I just really think these vocals are amazing. I just think that edgy. I don't know. I can't. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I have throwback. I not jazz, not blues, but I'm not positive. I don't have the right descriptive terminology. But hot to sing is fire.
like I was drowning down the road. Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bulbs flicker silently, quietly tiptoed on the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. And I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word concerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over, and then to start conversing. I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire to get about this life that you've been living? Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavor in. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind, cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time, so just make a choice. So I stood frozen at the crossroads of time, took hold of his paper and I leant down to sign. Down the road, down the road, down the road,
I got no spoilers coming. I don't know. I'm hoping he signs that FU. But you know, what do I know? Some people love fame and fortune, don't care about the grinning hook-toothed smile that offers them the contract. I feel differently here, but I'm not sure. As always, read the fine print.
down the road, down the road, down the road, I still remember back where I was from. See, I was the favorite, the morning sun. See, I had ideas, but they said they're too grand, so they casted me out without reason to doubt. Now there's blood on my hands. See, I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you.
Oh, this is fire. Now, from the fire, this storyline might be born, but it appears that the great deceiver there has a misconception. True conviction to the polar opposite is the one thing that they would fear. Weirdly enough, now I'm just going with, personal canon on this subject. I'm not saying I know. I know nothing. But I hear from official doctrine that, they just say, you know what you don't hear invoked at the Hollywood celebrations and award parties? The name of Jesus Christ. It just does not roll off the tip of their tongues no more. Weird. But hey, as long as you got a steady supply of extra cool and comfortable jerky to work on, you're probably good.
See, I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you.
Now, I completely think that there is artists who enjoy working their ass off at 80. That's possible. I got to think that there's a part to being a musician and a performer that you might want to do it as long as you possibly can. There are other acts on tour that I curiously wonder what they signed in that contract, because boy, it seems like it's time to hang it up. Who do you owe a life debt to keep playing? to keep degrading everything you made by pushing forward long after you should have retired. I find that interesting. I think that could be a subplot to the bars in this track. I don't know. As always, I just think it's a pretty cool track. And I'm going to be looking forward to adding it to a playlist. I mean, down the road, I think I'll listen to it regularly.
With the barrel of a loaded gun aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you. But since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you. Look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down. Cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove. And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues. And just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose. Coming here to save you, I'ma take you way down. Cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove. And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues. And just know the choice that you made today will be.
Actually, I think that bar is telling. Maybe an edgy blues, muddy water-esque, crossroad inspired Delta scenario is kind of maybe that's the vocal styling at the beginning. I think it would work perfect. This is like I want to go Steve Vai and Marcio, whatever. I want to go see Steve Vai play both sides. What was that? Ray Cooter? I'm bad at this. I'm shit with names. But that movie's pretty good. I'm just saying, if you get inspired to anything in the game, maybe go check out Crossroads. That's a pretty good. It plays on some of the ideas in here, or, kind of a hip hop updated version of Sympathy for the Devil kind of deal. I don't know, but it's quite clear who we're dealing with here.
With the devil written, so shut up and listen to play me some blues. And just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
That's funny. Now that bar, that's perfect. That's the thing. This channel believes it's choice. You are offered the opportunity to choose wrong constantly. Now, hopefully a song like this actually makes you see that is probably a poor choice. It kind of feels like it's an underhanded indictment of the whole deal. But, maybe they're telling you to go do that. Now, I don't know. I just think, man, this fucking thing's awesome. Very cool.
But still I got some shit to prove. And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues. And just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
Yeah, before I stomp all over the solo. I think choice is a big deal. I think that's it. That's the free will offering that the universe dealt up to your soul. You can this side of the argument would tell you that there is no morality. You do you, as long as it's fun. The universe doles out consequences for that thought, for those actions. So maybe there is a thing to the free will and the choice, and then the existence of the wrong choice. Because it wouldn't be much of existence if it was all figured out for you. And then, if I was paying attention at all, yesterday on Tinfoil Hat Tuesday with the Oregon Energy and some other stuff, William Reich's teachings, it appears that one of the biggest problems is that when observing truth, observable fact, getting brushed to the side, so fear, anxiety, and other complications can be brought into the mix, because God, it's so much easier to deal with it all just being scared and anxious. Never looking at the big picture going, wait, my everlasting soul, for instant success. Gosh, I'm not sure my short time in the meat suit is worth that. But, it doesn't seem like people think that way. They think about being comfortable tomorrow, not condemned for eternity. But then, of course, eternity is a long time for people to contemplate. I highly recommend pulling up a Mandelbrot set. Take yourself like a 10-minute dive. If that doesn't expand your understanding of forever, I don't know what can. It works pretty well, in my personal opinion. All opinions for entertainment purposes only.
And I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues, and just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
That's awesome. I hope that's Webby's old man. I don't mean that any disrespect, and it could might not be. Just I think his dad. You know what it is I vicariously project a lot of shit onto that relationship. Not to get weird, but I'd give anything to relate to my dad through like art and music. Oh my god, my dad thinks I'm wasting my time because I don't give my back up to labor till I die. It's a tough position to be in, and I just think that dynamic is freaking awesome, and it was cool. Nice smooth ass solo in there, especially with the Crossroads theme down the road there. This was awesome. Webby and Ren and Webby, actually they just go together so well. And I wrap this up with the same old I've bitched about since it happened. The pretentious crowd that read way too much into the bars and places their artist on a pedestal and then couldn't believe when they go do, let's say, a crossover feature with someone else who might rock the boat more. I had a couple comments on the channel just telling me how it just not. And all I did was listen to the two artists back to back. I didn't even know this shit was coming in the near future, right? So honestly, you got to keep it real. We just think take the artists off the pedestal and think more about the ideas, not just how much you wish you could be them or want them around you or some weird fucking cult of personality shit. It is truly one of the worst sides of this whole deal. But now, don't get me wrong. I just shared there's a scale there. Damn right. I do think about Webby, his dad, and the fact that they could have a collaboration conversation about music. I can vicariously live through those ideas. I don't wish I was him. I'm not jelly. I just think that idea is awesome, and I would like to emulate some of that shit in my life, right? So it doesn't put them on a pedestal. It doesn't make them more than they are, but it does help inspire to better ideas. And I think that's the biggest problem with the cult of personality is it's a mob mentality situation where a lot of this music could probably help expand your thinking if you were looking at it from, let's say, an inspiration plus critical thinking perspective. I mean, or I don't know, or it's just a banger and it's got a beat and you want to dance to it. I don't ever know. I'm pretty sure I put out there what I think. I'm gonna go back and check it out once uninterrupted for the cheap seats. Well, no, we'll just do it right now. And instead of cutting it, I'll put it. Maybe I'll put a timestamp down in the comments to whenever. Oh, 20 minutes in.
I took my possession.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All that I own. Down the road. Set out at nighttime. Down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness. Down the road. There stood a man. Down the road. Dressed in the shadows. Down the road. With blood on his.
Oh, I lied. I don't think I'm done because I think that's pretty interesting and maybe sticks their big toe and their creative pens into a little bit of irony with asking God to witness you go sign a deal with the devil. I find that interesting as hell. And I didn't catch it the first time just because I don't care what, hey, I've listened to enough music from both of these artists. They can have their own personal, complicated takes on the whole thing. I think Webby, noticing that some Luciferian doctrine could be real, has steeped his bars in that shit and kind of a bit middle finger to that side of things. At the same time, I felt Ren had some questioning bars. Maybe that the institutional structure of the church was not as freeing as it could have been, and that some of the indoctrination that strong-willed religious parents give to their children could be misplaced. Now, I don't know if I really picked that up in the bars or not. I could just be a fucking pothead who don't know shit. But I think it's there. It's very good. Now I'll try to be quiet. I missed that the first time around because I got too jazzed with his vocal stylings, and I didn't know we were gonna get to a Crossroads-esque story. Blues is the right answer. That more of a Delta blues origin of rock, origin of all the music we take for granted.
I took my possession down the road. All that I own down the road. Set out at nighttime down the road. Down the road. Down the road. And with God as my witness down the road. There stood a man down the road. Dressed in the shadows down the road. With blood on his veins down the road. There was something so familiar about it. A certain kind of aura pouring all around him.
All know him.
Looking fresh to death, his suit, it was astounding. I caught his eye and then I felt like I was drowning.
You were.
Standing at a crossroad and the dull glow of the lit bowl flickered silently, quietly tiptoed down the long road, and the man spoke to me quite excitedly. Hello, dear fellow. And he tipped his hat and he smiled invitingly. Who knows why you felt this, but I felt like someone lit a fire in me. Burning, I felt my stomach turning, I turned and I tried to find the word inconcerned, and the feeling disconcerting. It's strange, but I felt this weird yearning, a craving for something that was urging me over, and then to start conversing. I reached out my hand, he shook it during. He leaned in and said something disturbing. All I gotta know is your desires. Is it fame or fortune you aspire? To get about this life that you've been living. Follow me, I'll walk you through the fire. I got every type of flavor in. You should see the budget of the catering. I don't wanna come off as a salesman, but I got the taste that you've been savoring. Let your pain go, let the flames grow. I'll read every thought that's on your mind, cause I know you got a name, so why don't you just write it on this line? Here I got a pen and everything. Who needs a wedding ring? I offer the divine. I don't think you fully understand, but I promise that you will in time, so just make a choice. So I stood frozen at the crossroads of time, took hold of his paper and I leant down to sign. Down the road, down the road, down the road, down. still remember back where I was from. See, I was the favorite, the morning sun. See, I had ideas, but they said they're too grand, so they casted me out without reason to doubt. Now there's blood on my hands. See, I've been that one with the silver tongue. Yeah, they say I'm falling, but never run, following the calling. I've been all in with the barrel of a loaded gun, aimed at the masses, at their masses. Yeah, the darkness gon' get you. You can say a prayer if it helps you. That cross won't protect you from the light, bringing lost angel. Shit, I only came to entertain you, but since we made ourselves a deal, you gon' be my fucking puppet till it breaks you. I'ma chain you to the ground, I'll enslave you. Look around, ain't nobody coming here to save you. I'ma take you way down, cause yeah, I know I've been around, but still I got some shit to prove, and I don't really give a fuck how it's gotta happen, but just know that you gotta fucking deal with the devil written. So shut up and listen to play me some blues, and just know the choice that you made today will be the last thing that you ever choose.
Inpatient, Rant, and Chris Webby, Down the Road. Ode to free will, if you ask me. There was a moment where you left everything, packed up your possessions, put it all in one basket to explore your possibilities. At that point, sky's the limit. Till it's all said and done, you're informed you're never going to make another decision ever. And, isn't that ultimately what free will is about? You are allowed to choose wrong. And it could look good from the top, but it depends on what the ultimate price really is. That's very cool. I enjoyed that immensely. I hope the same can be said for you. If not, well, then there, I stole 28 minutes of your life. Damn it, you'll never get it back. Later.